I faked my
Hey,
way
welcome
through.
everybody. Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. You're with the Don Pierce Show, coast to coast, right here on Access Country Radio. Glad to have you. We've got a very special guest with us today. Mr. Rick Snider of the Rick Snider Band is here. He is live with us right here in studio via Zoom. Mr. Rick Snider, how the heck are you today, man?
I'm doing good, Don. How you guys doing?
Well, if I
We're
was any
doing
better,
great.
I would be an old guy. But this guy that does this show with me, he's always cranky. So just ignore him if you want, Rick. Hey man, I got to tell you, I really appreciate you taking the time to come out here and talk to us and our fans. And a lot of your fans are joining us today, so thank you guys for coming out here and talking with us and Rick. Rick, I got to tell you, Sharon Marie White sent me your music, and man, am I impressed. And I do not know why I have not heard of Rick Snider before. Like, where you been? Like, are you keeping yourself to yourself or what?
Well, I'm down in a little corner in Eastern Canada, and I just started doing I've been playing music forever in cover bands, but just started doing the recording thing between the last year and 2 years. So just getting out there now. So, and you mentioned Sharon, I'm so grateful for her connecting us. Like that's amazing. She's an amazing talent herself. So.
Yeah, she is. She's a great friend of this of the show, and she comes into our chat each and every day. She is here right now, talking to the fans in our chat at www.accessradio.ca. Hit the country link, and you can get in there too. But Rick, this song, "Hell of a Night," man, is it picking up traction all over the world, my friend? How do you feel about that?
It's really exciting. It's just to see the response and. I'd love to take all the credit, but I can't. There's so many people behind, helping me. People like yourself, and I could name off a great big list, but I'm just a small part of it. But I'm really excited, really happy with the results.
Yeah, it's a great song, man. I tell you, I play it just about every day on the station. But there's one song that you do that I play every day. It's "The Road." And I'm telling you, man, I love that song. I put it on in my studio every day just before I start going to work. I do.
Oh, wow.
I come in here, I put on "The Road," and it gets me in what I call the mode to get things done in the office. And I listen to a lot of music each and every day. Hundreds of tracks come in here every day, and between me and Sauerkraut over there, we pick and choose of who we want because this station's all about the best of the best. And I got to tell you, man, that song has become my favorite song of all time.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you, Don.
I got to tell you, Rick, it's like I'm kissing your butt right now, but I am a big fan of outlaw country. And I got to tell you, like, I feel like a kid talking to you here, like meeting my idol. It's kind of weird because I don't usually feel that way when I have guests on the show. But man, when you agreed to come on the show today, I was pretty excited. I want to get your music out there. What a talent you are. So let's talk about "Hell of a Night" for a minute. You got to tell me where's the inspiration for that song is, and where the hell did you do that video? That ain't Eastern Canada, dude.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Whereabouts in Eastern Canada are you?
I'm down in it's a place called Annapolis Valley in Nova Scotia.
Oh,
well,
okay.
there you go. See, to me, that video looked like you were actually Georgia, Kentucky kind of deal, south.
Yeah. We got some nice country down here. We do. We got some nice country down here too.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the song is. Sorry.
No, you go right ahead there, man.
The song itself.
Delay, Rick.
Yeah. No, I get it. The song itself, inspiration for that, I guess, would just be from life. I guess. I mean, if you look at the video, that kind of sums it up. Usually on the weekends down around here, I won't say every weekend, but there's always something going on where you can go and you've got the opportunity to go and play some live music or listen to live music. There's always something. There's a lot of times there's some 4-wheel drive trucks going, and that video was shot about 5 to 10 minute drive away from my house at a buddy of mine's place, and he actually owns the monster truck that you see in the video, and it worked out so well. I had Ryan Roberts come out and do the video. He's done all my videos, and he's such a talented guy that he just shot footage all day long, then pieces it together and turns it into something. So I was really happy with how it turned out.
Well, I got Sharon Marie White saying hello to you, Rick, saying hi on the chat here. And I got Darren Green. I got Darren Green saying hi to you.
Hey, Darren, how are you?
These, I take it, must be friends of yours.
Yeah, yeah. Great artist, great singers and artists. I've got a wealth of talented people in my life. And most of them I've never met in person. Since I started this crazy ride, I've got a whole internet family, I call it, and they're all great, and I appreciate all of them.
That seems like
Yeah,
us, kind of like our story too, isn't it, Don? I mean, we've got many people around the world that we talk to daily through this. Actually, we got one of our DJs that we've never met in real life, other than through the internet. He works for us. He's out there in Nova Scotia as well. So, part of our internet family, and that's what this pandemic kind of done for us, has made it easier for us to connect with people all over the world, right? So,
Certainly forced us into it, and
that is for sure.
Yeah.
So how you feeling about all this pandemic stuff, Rick, and how you surviving through it? Like, is music your only gig, or do you have another gig?
What's that? No, mostly my music is what I do. I'm surviving. I mean, I buy and sell the odd car, truck kind of thing too, but the music's what I focus on. And but it hasn't. I won't say it hasn't affected me. It has. I mean, the live shows. A lot of very, very few and far between now doing live shows, and so that part of it's affected me. But I'm like, say, Eastern Canada here, we got the Eastern bubble, I guess they call it, and there's not very many cases down here, but still taking precautions and still, it's social distancing and all that kind of stuff. So, but I believe we'll all get through it.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it'll go. I don't think it'll go away, but I think we'll find something to deal with it. That's for sure. Yeah. But that missing the live venues. How is that really affecting the movement of your band and you as an artist?
Well, I've actually, Don, I've got two bands actually. So it's one's basically a cover band. We do a couple of my originals. We're still practicing every week, and we do get the opportunity to play once in a while. And with the right circumstances, like an outdoor thing. But with the weather coming, that's going to be a little harder now for the winter. But we'll take that time and learn some new music. So I mean, we'll make use of what we have to do. If we have to not go and play live shows, and we'll concentrate our efforts on putting some new music together. And kind of the same deal with my other band, the Rick Snider band, the one that just is mostly concentrating on my original songs. Same thing, we're just digging in and learning the songs and getting them down a little bit better, because we're relatively new. I just put this band together kind of recently. What I basically did, I took a bunch of guys played rock music most of their life, so I put a rock band together to play country music. So
that's where you get that gritty sound from, right? That's where I find that you got that cross between rock and country, but it's a fine line, right? And you do that very well. Kind of like Chris Stapleton kind of music, right? And that's the way that a lot of the artists I've noticed have been going that way, and that's the style that I like, anyways. And Don has his own style. He likes Taylor Swift, but we won't go there.
Holy jumping! Oh, now what a kick in the rear end that is! I've had this fight with Taylor Swift for 10 years, ever since she went from I love Tim McGraw to that wiki kind of stuff she's doing. I don't like. How can you say that? Rick,
we're not here to judge you, so.
I told you, Rick, you got to ignore this guy. What a guy. Anyway, you get off my screen. You annoy me. I want to talk to Rick. I don't want to talk to you. Hey, so anyway, Rick, you said this band was pretty new. Were they involved in the Hell of a Night and the Road too?
Well, they are. I tell you, most of my recordings you hear is done by Donnie Hammond's, the After Dark Studios down in Georgia, and it's done all via the internet, believe it or not. But what we do is I sit down with the guys, and we come up with a song, a concept, and we just kind of play it out roughly, and we send a recording to Donnie, and then Donnie puts together the tracks for us, and we go back and forth a bit, and we ask, he says, change this or don't change that kind of thing, and then when we get it where we want, we record the vocals, send them down, he puts it on, mixes, masters. It's it's kind of, that's what it's kind of come to now with the COVID thing too, right? I mean, but it's working out really well. Donnie's a great guy, and he's, you know, you can hear what he's done with the songs, and it's so that's kind of how it goes. And we when things come back from Donnie, you know, we make sure we've got it pretty close to what the CD is, and yeah.
So how do you find like being an independent artist? Like how hard is it for a guy like you, being you said you're relatively new at the game, to get radio airplay? Like how is it? Like you must spend a lot of time, you know, dealing your songs out, or do you have a management group that are doing it for you?
No, I don't have a management group. I'm part of Country Roads Records, which is an indie label out of Georgia, and they help out a lot with that. Like I didn't, be honest, I didn't have a clue when I first started. When I first got my recordings there a year and a half or so ago, I just Googled it. I Googled, you know, radio stations, you know, and I started sending stuff out, and some of them took them, some of them didn't, and then Niecy Howard from, at the time, was at Chota Records, contacted me and brought me on board there. And then just recently we switched over with Country Roads Records. Me and Niecy both did, and yeah, so there, it's not just me. Like I got a lot of people helping me, sending them out, and I in turn do the same for them. So it's just
well, that's good. Let's talk about Country Road Records for a minute. Where are they out of again? Georgia, you said?
Georgia, yeah.
Georgia. And who's involved in all that?
Well, Niecy Howard's the founder and the CEO. She recently made me assistant CEO, which is kind of cool. I'm not sure that I am qualified.
Oh, you're a big shot now, buddy. You got a label.
But you know, it's just the way we do it. I mean, it's the way we're designing the label is as we mentioned earlier, just kind of a community. You know, it's everybody on there. We try and share each other's music and you know, send them where we think they should go, and just help each other out. That's kind of the whole idea of it, right?
Yeah, like when Sharon sent me your stuff, I was like shocked. It was like, okay. But I do find that ever since the station and when I came aboard here, you know, they did a lot of mainstream stuff. And then, you know, part of my contract is that I can play independent artists. And I got to tell you, I have found since I've started playing a lot of independent artists over here at Access, is that, man, you guys are a family and you include us as a part of that family. And that's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I mean, you know, it's amazing. It's an amazing family, really. I mean, you put the artists and the DJs such as yourself and the stations, and you know, we all got to get along to make it work. So if we don't help each other, who's going to help us? So
yeah, like, you know, if you had a chance to go to a well, I call them the corporate bubble, you know, and then, you know, a real Sony or something like that, you know, would you take that opportunity right now, or do you prefer being in India?
I would look at it. I mean, I would look at it. I'm still pretty green and know what's right and what's wrong to do. But one thing I can say, I can't see myself going into a situation where I'm going to be, you know, someone's going to have control over me to say, you got to play this type of music instead of what I'm doing. I got nothing against any, you know, whether you call it new country, old country, I don't know. I like what I like to hear, but I got nothing against anybody playing whatever type of music they like, as long as they like playing it. If that's what they want to play. The problem I have is people playing type of music because someone else told them they had to, right?
Yeah.
That's the problem I have.
So translation, you're a huge Taylor Swift fan as well. Okay, we got it.
Who is this guy, Don?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm just kidding.
He's just showed up on my Zoom here. I don't know.
I'm actually making a little bit of trouble in the chat here too. We got Sharon in the chat, and I mentioned something about Chris Stapleton, and she said that she loved Chris Stapleton, and then I said I would have thought you were more Ricky Skaggs listener than Chris Stapleton. She's been telling me for years or for a long time, anyways, not years. We haven't known her for years, but she's been telling me for a long time that she's not married to Ricky Skaggs, but I still don't believe her.
There is. Sharon White is married to Ricky Skaggs. A whole different Sharon White, though.
Yes.
But anyway, hey, let's talk about The Road, dude, because that is my favorite song, and I gotta talk to you about that. You know, what a number, what a song, man. And, you know, tell me a little bit about that song, where it came from, the video, and what inspired all this.
Well, the song itself, I won't say it was all from my own life experiences, but between mine, seeing other people out there on the road doing, you know, playing shows, whatever. And so it just started out as an idea, a song idea that I thought was a cool idea. And then I built the whole song around that. And again, like pulling from some of my own life experiences and experiences I've seen from others. The video, well, I dedicated the video to my son, who Curtis Snider, who passed away in January of this year. Before he passed away, we had talked about video ideas. It was going to be my first real video, and he had some ideas that were pretty cool. So, we incorporated some of them ideas into the video. And if you watch the video, the truck I'm driving was his truck. So I dedicated the video to him, just on that basis, because, like I say, it was something we talked about, and he had some pretty neat ideas, and you'll see some of them ideas in the video. So
yeah, that's
my
cool.
first real video.
How do you find this whole video production thing, being new at this whole thing?
I love it. I love it, man.
I was just seeing, like, when I watch your videos, and I watch the road and the Hell of a Night video, and you seem so comfortable doing it, man. It's like you're just second nature doing it. It's like you're born to do it. It's just, but how many takes over and over is what I'm kind of till you got it right.
Well, we used Hell of a Night for an example. We went there and we showed up. Ryan Roberts showed up with his camera, and I just invited a whole bunch of people out. Said, bring your trucks. We got a mud pit. We've got this. And so Ryan just walked around all day, filmed a whole bunch of footage. Then we get on stage. We put the songs through the PA, and I would say he filmed us doing that. Doing that song. We did probably, I want to say 5 times, so he could get different angles, different shots, and so that that didn't take long. And then once that was done, it was just a matter of everybody have a good time, and he'll shoot a bunch of footage, and then we went on stage at night. I set it up. I had a couple other bands there as well, and we threw a little party for everybody that was there, and had live music going all night. So Ryan walked around, took some footage of that, and like I say, he's like a magician with that camera. He just it's amazing what he's doing, what he can do. And we had a lot of fun.
He's pretty good at what he does too. He kind of runs 4 shows here all at once, and he's doing it right now. He's got Access TV going. You got the YouTube thing going too, Sauerkraut?
I got accessradio.tv. I've got YouTube. I've got Twitch. I took Facebook off because I think that's what caused us to lag last week. So I didn't do Facebook today. But we got stuff going on, and we got the radio station going at the same time too. So
I'm looking at the stats here. We're about 34,000 on the radio.
Yeah.
So few people are listening to you, Rick. But anyway, I got to take a little bit of a break here, Rick, and play some of them commercial things that we have to do here all the time because of certain regulations, which I hate. We're not going to get into it, are we, sir?
Nope. No, we won't get into it.
Not today, anyway, right?
I got in trouble not yesterday, but the day before because I didn't run any. If you listen to my show, it was a tribute to Eddie Van Halen, and he was known to break the rules. So I broke every single rule that day.
Oh boy, did I ever too! She got at me yesterday too because I only did 2 commercial breaks instead of 4. I got the whole thing too. So she's pretty much. I thought she was gone. I thought she went back to school or something.
Oh well. You know how it is.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, here we go. Anyway, folks, we'll be right back here with Mr. Rick Snider and Mr. Sauerkraut on Don Pierce Show, Coast to Coast, and with a special edition of In Conversation right after this. Clear the station.
Yeah, and I'm an idiot. I just realized I left my name up here the whole time. I guess I should change that now, eh?
You think? So, Rick, we're not going to touch more base on the loss of your son there, okay? So we'll just kind of let that go now.
Yeah, sounds good. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, buddy. After the commercial break here, we're going to hit up with the road, and then we're going to talk a little bit more of the Hell of a Night because that's the one you're kind of promoting right now, eh?
It is, yeah.
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 Then we're going to get into a little bit of life shit. You said you were a single father. Do you have more than one son then? Okay.
Yeah, well, I have 2 older boys. Lost my oldest boy. He was 30, and my other son's 28 now. And I have 2 kids that I have a 12-year-old daughter and a 10-year-old son that are with me most of the time.
Oh wow.
Oh well.
Busy.
Is that hard for you to? Well, is that hard for you to kind of balance fatherhood and music?
No, not at all. I mean, they're great kids. I mean, I know everybody says that about their kid, but but they are, and their mother, their mother's in their life too. They stay with their mother too. So I mean, if I got something I got to go play, they go stay with their mothers or something, right? So it has an effect. Yeah. They both love music too. So
Do they play?
A little bit. My daughter, she still plays a little bit of guitar and stuff. My youngest boy, Caleb, he learned a bunch of chords. He hasn't really touched the guitar too much in the last year, but every once in a while he gets on the keyboard and just learns little things and plays. What he's getting into right now is video editing, actually. I had him up, the guy did my videos. We had him up there the other day at his place, and he showed him a few things. We got some programs, and it's pretty cool what he can do for 10 years old.
Yeah, that's like us here. Yeah, don't get me going. I got an 11-year-old kid that helps sauerkraut, my nephew, with all this stuff, But the only difference is I got $1.5 million radio station he's in control of. It scares me sometimes.
Yeah.
But them kids, they're this. You can't get any smarter than them. All right, we're going live again, guys.
Sure. I didn't end the live stream, so we're good.
Yeah, I know you didn't.
I'll do it
well,
again.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the show, everybody. We got the one, the only Mr. Rick Snider and the Rick Snider Band with us today, having a special edition of In Conversation with Rick. We're talking to him about his #1 hit, climbing the charts all over the world. And what an amazing song. It's called Hell of a Night. Got to check it out. Rick, do you have a website that these guys could go to and listen to your stuff? Or where's your stuff found?
I do, yeah. I mean, I'm everywhere. I'm on all the digital platforms, and I'm on YouTube, Facebook. But yeah, my website is ricksnidermusic.com. And you go there, it'll direct you anywhere you want to go. Whether you want to, just look at some videos, listen to my music, download music. You can purchase my CDs and some other merchandise I have there. So the website's a place to go, probably, because it'll direct you anywhere else that you need to go.
Yeah, and I prefer them to go to your website anyway, because we talk about this all the time in the industry, and how many streams you need to make $100, and everybody's taking a piece of your pie. So that's why I kind of like them to go right directly to your website.
What was the website again?
ricksnidermusic.com.
See, he's doing his thing in the background. See him typing away there?
Yep. That's what I'm doing. When I'm looking down, I'm not looking at my crotch. I'm looking at, I have my phone in my hand, and I'm posting that so that other people can see it.
Oh, thank you. There you go. Right there. Oh, you did post it up. You're pretty quick.
I know, right?
I'm not going to go there. Anyway, Rick, I'm gonna hit you up here about the road a little more, because that is my favorite song. Is kind of my go-to song right now to get started in the thing. That and Buck Wild and Whiskey Crazy by Robert Eckridge. I tell you, that gets me going too. If you ever want to check out a good tune, check that one out. You'll like that, Rick. Mm-hmm. So let's get back to the road. You filmed it. You did all that stuff right here in Canada. All your video stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, like I say, the recording, the studio that was down in Georgia that did the actual, built the track and put it all together for me. But yeah, it was, I sang it down here, sent it there. The video was all filmed here. Took us about 2 days to shoot the video, 2-part days, I'll say. And yeah, so it was all.
It's a good video. It seems fun. So everybody in the video is local from your area?
Yeah. Yeah, so, the guys you seen on stage with me in the video are the guys that's in the Rick Snider Band. I've since added one more, which you'll see him in the video for Hell of a Night. But yeah, local guys. Most of these guys I've known a very long time. It was just a matter of getting together with them and say, hey, let's do this. So.
Well, that's pretty cool. Like the whole genre of you being new, it surprises me, because you come off like you've been here in this music business, for a long time. Like you're very smooth is what you do. And like even in the interview, we were talking earlier, and I don't know if you might have talk about our conversation earlier, but you're kind of nervous about it. The first time using Zoom or second time using the Zoom thing and all that stuff. And I said, man, it's just like just a couple of guys having a bullshit. It's all it really is. And you're doing great. I think that you're doing wonderful. But let's talk about Rick Snider. Yeah, single father right here. Single father, raising kids.
Single father. Their mother's here too. She's not living with me, but the kids are with me a lot of the time. They do spend some time with her too. She's about a 10-15 minute drive away. So yeah, no, I have a 12-year-old daughter and a 10-year-old son now that that pretty much live with me, and I wouldn't have it any other way. They're amazing kids.
So how's the balance between your music life, your fatherhood? Like, what do you? Let's say, what does Rick do when he's not playing music?
I hang out with my kids for the most part. I get them ready for school, get them off school. It's just, I don't know. Every day is different, Don. To be honest with you, like it's just I don't have a schedule, as such right now. It's just we think of something that we're going to do, and whether it's to go for a drive out to the shore or bake a cake or sit down and play some music, whatever.
Okay, we got it backward. Did you just say bake a cake?
I sure did. Look, until you ate one of my cakes, don't knock it.
Yeah. Don't knock it till you try.
No. I'm not gonna knock it, Rick. Like I bake too, and actually,
really?
Frig, man. I just learned how to bake my own rye bread. Just made my own stuff here. Yep, and I tried. Me and my wife did it together. We made a rye bread and a pumpernickel bread that I found that wasn't all that hard to do. And this weekend we're tackling bagels.
You know what I do? I made my own coffee.
What do you do? Really? I'm just making fun of you, Rick, but I do a lot of baking too. It's a stress relief for me, but
I just like eating it.
just like eating it. Yeah, me too. I told my wife I'd just prefer just to sit around and have a cup of coffee and watch her do the work and watch her little butt shake around the kitchen, but she won't put that bikini on. What's the use of having it, right?
I don't wear money either, Don.
Yeah, she's listening. Right now.
You don't wear a bikini either? Is that what you're saying, Rick?
That's what I'm saying.
You get me right off topic here anyway. Now I'm thinking, Jesus, I don't want to picture Rick in a friggin' bikini. Jesus. Incredible. My Ricky is a great cook. What's Ricky you're talking about?
Ricky Skaggs, yes.
Ever since I'll tell you a little background about that, Rick. When we were doing our research to interview Sharon, he calls me up and he says, "Hey, I think this chick's married to Ricky Skaggs." I said, "No, I don't think so. She lives in Alberta and she lives in Nashville." And I think you're talking about the wrong Sharon Marie White. No. And he was pleasantly disappointed, but now he just won't let it rest.
She is Sharon Marie White, and she is the same one that is married to Ricky Skaggs. So she'll forever be married to Ricky Skaggs in my book. Actually, it was funny. I got an email from her husband where he scratched out his name and put Ricky beside it. I thought it was funny.
Rick,
He's got some humor.
It is funny. You know what? He is a great guy. He does a lot of Sharon stuff too, that video editing and all that stuff too. He knows what he's doing. So
yeah.
You should get in touch with Sharon there when you need some help, because her husband.
I will.
I hear he's pretty cheap. I hear Sharon says he's pretty cheap to work for. So
yeah.
I don't know. Hey, Rick, I'm going to hit you up here. I'm going to play The Road right now on the air. And then we're going to come back and talk a little more about family and what you do in your off times. And maybe do you hunt, fish, or anything like that right after The Road, right here on the Don Pierce Show, coast to coast, with a special edition of In Conversation with Sauerkraut and myself, with Mr. Rick Snider, right here live, right after The Road.
And we're going to cut this live stream off for the time being. We'll bring it back, but we're going to cut it off a little bit. Just makes my editing job a little bit easier, actually. So stay put, all you viewers out there. We'll come right back right here on accessradio.tv and on